Back to basics. Let's get back to basics. What does that quote mean? It's a very comforting quote, you see? It's very comforting, you know. Let's get back to basics. Stop this complex infatuation with this mind, and let's take a step back and look at it from this point. Awakening is simply to become the questioner, and the non-acceptor. The initial run-up to awakening is to deny that what is happening is making any sense. You see, I don't understand what's going on in this world. I don't understand why they don't do it the simple way, or they do it, get on with these people. I don't understand why you have to be religious or atheist, or I don't understand science and what it's trying to do. I don't understand why I have to get up every morning and go to work and obey these rules. You know, you have your own reason. But it's a non-acceptance of the world, you see. It's a non-acceptance of the world. But there's a fine line between going mentally the wrong way, mentally ill, or awakening. There's a fine line, you see. And this is getting back to basics. Yeah? Why am I? Back to basics is asking about yourself, you see. Back to basics is about taking you, the listener, the witness, the one logical, understanding mind. I want to find out why all these things are the way they are and why they're going wrong, you see. But you still think it's about the world that you're analyzing when you go back to basics. Back to basics, you see, means let's go back to base. Let's go back to the point of looking. And let's really look at it. We get it in every lecture. Every lecture in school or university, when the speaker tries to take you back to the starting point and then projects outwards. You know, this is where I started, you see, and I'll take you through a step-by-step way, and you'll see how my work has evolved and the reasons behind it and whatever. But I have to here's me, you see, here's me before. See, here's me before I became this professor, you see. Here's me at infant school, you know. Yeah. In fact, here's me. I was born to these parents, you see. I was born to the parents, and one came from this culture, and you'll see the relevance of this as we go through this talk. So even the lecturer takes you back to basics. So that's the point here, back to basics. But it's not the basics about this one, you see. It's about the basics of you. The thing that you ignore. Why are you not accepting this world? Why is there things in this world that you're not accepting? Or is it something within you that you cannot accept? Is it maybe because you don't fit into this world? There's a feeling that you don't fit in. And every day, the only way to fit into the world is to keep trying to fit in to the world. But whose world are you trying to fit into, you see? Who owns this world? Who makes up the rules of this world? And who conditioned you into being the way you are, when you know it was a false way. Deep down inside, you say, they're asking me to do all this, My parents asked me, I didn't really want to do that. I didn't think it was right. Not for me, you see. It was for the country. No, it's for you. You see, the first thing you have to do when you get back to basics is stop blaming anything else except you. You see, but you don't want to blame you. You want to be with you, looking at you, but not the world that was made as you by another. Back to basics mean you have to ignore everything that you have been told and start again. So the moment you stop trying to sort out your external world that has not really been made by you, because you just don't know that it's your world yet. You think it's a world that we all participate in, and therefore I have to fit in to this world. Again, I ask you the question, who made the world, you see? What is this world? Are we speaking Earth, planet, or are we speaking the behavior, the society, the rules of the world? It's very obvious who made the rules and regulations of the world, the past dead people who we continue to worship, even though their ways were practical in those days, but are no longer practical. There are no others making new rules that suits you, you see. I want rules to suit me. And why not, you see? Why not forget about rules and look at the point of making up rules? See? Already you have ignored the fact that rules are made. But why? Why? Everything that you degrade, rebel against, you're always asking why. Why did they do it like that? What is the point of that? So you're always asking, see? But you're not asking the right person. You're asking your mind, because it's the mind that is the questioner. The mind is saying this one needs to know something far more important about themselves. So I'm going to keep asking this one. But it seems to be that you assume as ego mind that it's asking a projection you, your body you. The mind and all these questions that it's raising is forcing you to ask the questions genuinely to yourself. Okay? Mind is pointing you away from mind and saying, no, I'm pointing you not out here, not to another version of myself as mind. I'm pointing you back to basics, back to the point before all of this took place. So, like the professor in the lecture, you have an understanding of who you are, where you came from. And that if you want to find anything out about this world, you have to look at you. And not your body you, not your breath you, not your soul you, not your Holy Spirit you, not your mind you, not your past you, not your future you, not your history you. Look at the present you that is looking outwards at all these variations of you. Where is that one dwelling? Where is your real you hiding behind all this scenery? That's back to basics. We all book tickets in advance to meet lectures, to go to lectures. Alan Watts, Krishnamurti in past days. And we're booking to go to lectures now, to see Eckhart Tolle, Adyashanti, satsangs with Muji. We're all booking in advance to go, to find out where they began, you see, how to do it, back to basics, you know. And they all take you back to basics. They don't take you any further than back to basics. Whether it is the presence of now is the first moment. It has always been the first moment. It is the only moment that exists. Whether it is about I, it is the first word. See? It is the first word before all words exist. And whether it is about consciousness, that the speaker speaks, it is only consciousness exists. They don't take you into the evolution of consciousness. And you pay tickets to go back to basics and stay there. And continue. Because they are the way forward. Now. See, they're not going to give you a bright, rosy future. They're going to point you back to you now. And see that your future is bright now. It has never not been tarnished or dull. It's just what you perceive in your conditioned mind that you try to change and fit into every day. You cannot fit into what you are. You cannot fit into already what you are. You walk with a body. You don't go to the shop and say, I need a body that I can fit into. Salesman says, it's looking quite, I think it fits already. Your body is perfect as it is. I can't measure it, you see. I can't measure it with you inside. Because that's how you speak. I want a body that I can fit into. I want a suit that I can fit into. You see? That is the body speaking. The body wants a suit that it can fit into. There are two, you see? The body and the suit. And when you say, I want a body that I can fit into, there is two. There is I, and then there's the body. Back to basics. Back to I. Awakening. Is laziness, you see? But laziness will say, well, I have to learn more, Where am I going to find the answer? What a ridiculous question. You're not going to find the answer on this video. You're not going to find the answer of any of these words that Popsy or Hereness or whatever you want to call me speaks. You're not. You are not going to find the answer. There's no purpose behind this. There's just this. Whatever this is it is, You're not going to find the answer in any book, any past revelation from any past saint, any alive saint. Because they're not giving you the answer, you see. They're showing you where the answer lies, within you. You have to go to the beginning of your birth, but not your body birth. And it's not your personal birth then, you see, because the beginning is all. Everything is projecting from this beginning. But the beginning is not a start, you see. It has always been. It has always been, you see. Everything has been. Everything is being. Everything will be, you see. But the beginning is when some pulse. But not this pulse, you see. This is a reflection of the pulse, see, of the thoughts that come through you. and through all of us. So you cannot go and be this being. Everything is being. You see, but you can go and look from the pulse. That is why awakening enlightenment has to be done in the body. To see it in the body. It can be done once body goes. But there's no one you can come back and share it with, you see, because you're kind of, I'm attending this Alan Watts, this Popsy lecture, and he's not listening. I'm here, I saw the beginning, Ghost. Still here. Still trying. God, I wish I saw it when I was in the body, You see it from the pulse. Means to see it whilst pulse in you is pulsating. You have to follow the pulse, you see. The pulse is the breath, is the heartbeat, is the pulse. That's where you must follow, you see. Is your pulse out there? Is your heartbeat up there? Is your breath out there? Your breath is inside. Forget what you're breathing in, That is the connection between you, the inner you, and the external world, is the breath in and out. Yeah? That is what connects you to this life. Breathing in means you can be here. Breathing out means you return home. In, out. In, out. Exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite of what you've been told. You cannot be here unless you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you reject this world. In, here, out, gone. But the pulse is not in outer. The heartbeat is not outer. It is inner. You see? The truth lies within, at the beginning of the pulse. You see? Now, don't go and buy contraptions to measure pulse because this is outer, you see? Pulse is inside. That's why most saints speak about the heart mind, you see? You're following the mind of the heart, not this junk mind. This junk mind is a result of not going back to basics and not living as basic. Now, you see, don't take that literally. You see, you're saying, oh yeah, that means I have to reject wealth and money and food and be meager and be basic. No, that means, always looking from the point. Laziness is looking from this mind. That's laziness, you see. You can be reading hundreds of books thinking you're doing the most worthy thing, but that's laziness, you see. That's relying on others' versions. Laziness means that you go and take the coal in for your fire by yourself. You don't ask another one. Laziness is asking someone to take the coal in for yourself. To do it means to find out. Means to do it on your own. I think I got that wrong around, but you know what I mean. So relying on any words in books, is relying on your lazy mind. See, I want to find out how they did it. I want to find out how they awoke, and I'm going to do it their way. No, back to basics means I want to do it the only way. There's only one way, only one world that you project. Your world is projecting out you. Everyone is projecting their own worlds. But you think you have to fit into one singular world, which we call Earth, but this word world, seems to have taken over the Earth side of things. It's one Earth. We cannot face the fact. We have to face up the fact that it's one Earth. We're not speaking. World does not mean Earth. World means your perception of your world, of your life, of how your journey is panning out, of who you are, of where you are, of what you're doing. Your story is your world. So you don't have to fit into anyone else's story. You are the story in your world. So go to the first page, see, and look from the first page, not out, but look from the first page at the paper before it was written. And truth will be revealed. Your truth. That's all you're interested in. That's all you have to be interested in. Is you. And then when this is seen, reality kicks in. Reality is now here. But not about anything that you were told before that. Same words, same descriptions. We have those. There has to be a fitting in the sense of, I can be a monk in a cave for the rest of my life and know the truth. Or you can be a monk here, knowing the truth, but pretending that you're like everyone else in a singular world. Namaste.